Hey, I wasn't expecting to see you at the park today. Braddock, Shy, and I were just discussing the planets when Braddock asked,
Okay, but what's in between them?
and that question is way smarter than it sounds, because space looks empty, but it absolutely is not. So come with us, and by the end of this episode, you'll know what actually lives between the planets and why the most dangerous thing out there is not an alien or a giant rock. It's something humans left behind. Follow me. Scientists have a name for the stuff between planets. It's called the interplanetary medium. That sounds complicated, but it's really just a super thin mix of tiny dust grains, stray atoms and gas, electrically charged particles, and radio signals of unknown origin. It's not empty space. It's more like an invisible fog, spread incredibly thin. And here's the important part. That material isn't just sitting there. It's constantly being pushed and shaped by something powerful. And that something comes from the sun, acting like a solar system-sized leaf blower. But before we get there, we need to talk about the biggest residents of our solar system besides the planets. Asteroids are the rocky leftovers from when the solar system was still under construction. Think of it like when you build with Legos, and there are pieces left on the floor. That's asteroids. Most asteroids orbit in a region called the asteroid belt, located between Mars and Jupiter. Movies make the asteroid belt look like a solid wall of rocks. That's wrong. In reality, it's more like a massive parking lot with huge distances between objects. And inside that belt is something special. Meet Ceres, a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet is a celestial body that orbits the sun and is nearly spherical, but it isn't a moon, and it, unlike the 8 major planets, shares its orbit with other celestial bodies. Evidence suggests that Ceres has a subsurface ocean and icy volcanoes that erupt a salty mud and brine mixture instead of lava. But rocky leftovers and frozen volcanoes aren't the flashiest living things between planets. Those honors go to the icy show-offs. Comets are icy bodies that come from the colder outer regions of the solar system. When one swings closer to the sun, heat turns its ice into gas, spraying dust into space and creating a glowing tail. Here's the detail most people don't know. A comet's tail always points away from the sun, even if the comet is moving in a totally different direction. That's because the sun is blasting it with something hot, powerful, and invisible. And that invisible force doesn't just shape comets. It shapes the entire solar system. But first, let's zoom smaller, way smaller. There are 3 words that get mixed up all the time, so here's the clean version. A meteoroid is a small piece of rock or metal still in space. When it enters Earth's atmosphere and burns, that glowing streak is a meteor or a shooting star. If part of it survives and hits the ground, it becomes a meteorite. Some meteorites are older than Earth itself, which means holding one is like holding a piece of the solar system's early history. And now we've reached the part where space gets strange, because sometimes the universe sends signals we don't fully understand. Astronomers occasionally detect extremely powerful radio signals from space. They only last milliseconds, and then they're gone. It's almost like the universe is going. Many of these signals, called fast radio burst or FRBs, come from far beyond our solar system. Right now, scientists have no idea what or who is causing the signals. One theory is that the signals are originating from magnetars, which are insanely magnetic neutron stars. However, some scientists like Harvard's Avi Loeb theorize that these signals are emanating from extraterrestrial power sources used for either communication or travel. Wherever these signals are coming from, the key takeaway is space is active, it's noisy, and it's still full of unanswered questions. But the most immediate danger between the planets isn't mysterious at all. It's something human-made. The sun constantly releases a stream of charged particles called solar wind. That wind pushes outward and creates a massive bubble around the solar system called the heliosphere. Far beyond the outer planets is the boundary where the sun's influence fades, called the heliopause. Only 2 spacecrafts have crossed it, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, both launched in 1977, and they are still sending data today. See, humans haven't just explored space, we've moved in, which brings us to the final reveal. Humans have launched thousands of satellites, but not everything comes back. The term space junk includes dead satellites, rocket fragments, and even tiny paint flecks. In orbit, objects move tens of thousands of miles per hour. At those speeds, even something the size of a grain of paint can punch holes in metal. Twice, space junk has struck crewed spacecrafts in 2024 and then again in 2025. Luckily, no human fatalities have occurred from these collisions. However, in both incidents, the tiny space debris impacted the ships with such force that significant damage was sustained to the ships, causing experts to fear that it is only a matter of time until a catastrophic incident occurs. So, what actually lives between the planets? Ancient asteroids, icy comets, invisible winds, human explorers, and human mistakes. I guess you could say space is both beautiful and a little savage.
Thank you for joining us today on our journey between the planets.
I'm really glad you came along. Mom, can they please stay for another story?
Of course, we were just about to zoom in on the planets themselves, starting with Mercury.